Okay, so wanted to talk about electrifying businesses. Imagine AI agents, not just, doing tasks, but working together like a seriously well-oiled team.
Yeah.
We're talking like booking travel arrangements, analyzing markets, even grabbing lunch. All while you just like kick back and watch your productivity soar.
And the efficiency, forget about it. It's next level.
Right. That's the whole promise of Agora, this new communication protocol that's designed specifically for AI. It lets all these AI agents negotiate, share tasks like crazy, and constantly optimize themselves for peak efficiency. Whoa.
Seriously.
So buckle up, because we're going deep on how this tech could revolutionize the way we work.
It's all about, breaking down those communication barriers that have really been holding AI back.
Right, exactly. And that's exactly where this research paper comes in. A scalable communication protocol for networks of large language models. It kind of lays out the problem, this whole agent communication trilemma thing. But then it gives us Agora.
Yeah.
Like, here's the problem, here's the solution.
Yeah.
Potentially, anyway.
The trilemma is so fascinating.
Right.
Think about it like this. To get AI to actually talk to each other efficiently, it's really hard.
Okay.
It's almost like if you're trying to juggle speed, flexibility, and simplicity all at the same time.
Okay, so you can have two, but never all three. There's always a trade-off.
Exactly. You could have a system that's super fast and flexible, but then only like a handful of developers in the world can understand it. Not very useful, right?
Not very scalable.
Exactly. Or you could have something that's super simple and like everyone uses it, but it can only handle very, very specific tasks.
Right.
Not very efficient if you want AI to be adaptable.
Okay, so where does Agora fit into all of this? Does it solve this trilemma?
Agora really tries to, thread the needle. It acts like this universal translator for all these AI agents, using a clever mix of tools. So for your everyday tasks, it uses pre-programmed shortcuts.
Okay.
Think of them like super efficient routines.
Okay, so it makes those quick tasks lightning fast.
Yeah, exactly. But then when things get a little more complex, Agora switches to structured data.
Okay.
It's almost like using a shared language that all the AI agents understand, which keeps the communication, crystal clear.
So structured data is like the common ground for those more nuanced conversations.
You got it. But what's really cool is that Agora doesn't completely throw out natural language.
Right.
For those really rare, really tricky situations, AI can still fall back on good old-fashioned conversation.
So they can actually like talk it out if they need to?
Yeah.
That's wild. So I'm picturing a bunch of AI agents huddled around a water cooler, just brainstorming solutions.
Well, not quite like that.
Okay.
But yeah, you get the idea. And the paper actually gives a great example of how this all works using weather data.
Well, I love a good real-world example.
Okay.
Lay it on me.
Okay, so picture two AI agents. We'll call them Alice and Bob. Alice needs some weather information, and Bob has access to this weather database. So at first, Alice sends Bob a simple message. What's the weather like in London tomorrow?
Seems straightforward enough.
Right, but imagine doing that hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions of times a day.
Yeah.
As AI agents are interacting, it gets computationally expensive, even if the individual requests are simple.
That makes sense. So how do they streamline the process?
This is where it gets really interesting. Alice realizes they need a way more efficient system, so she proposes creating a specific protocol for requesting weather information.
A protocol meaning?
It's like they're setting up this whole system where instead of asking for the weather in a sentence, Alice just sends like a structured data package.
Okay.
Something like location, London, date, 2024, 10/22.
So no more small talk. Just the essential facts delivered in a way that Bob can process really quickly.
Exactly. And the best part is they both create a routine around this protocol. So no more need for lengthy natural language processing every single time.
That's really clever, and I bet that saves a ton of processing power in the long run.
You're totally right. The paper says that negotiating this protocol initially costs a bit more.
Okay.
But after just 2 uses, it starts saving money.
Wow, that's impressive. That's a quick return on investment. So it's like investing a little upfront for long-term gain?
Exactly. And that's with just 2 AI agents. Imagine the possibilities when you scale this up to a network of, say, 100.
100 AI agents, all using Agora. Okay, now things are getting interesting. What happens when you let that many loose?
It gets really interesting really fast, and this is where those researchers really put Agora to the test.
Okay.
They didn't just want to see if it could handle the traffic, they wanted to see how AI agents would behave in this type of environment.
So it's about more than just speed and efficiency.
Right.
They were looking for, what did they call it? Emergent behavior.
Exactly. They actually created this network of 100 AI agents, but they didn't program in any hierarchy or any preset roles. No bosses, no departments, just AI, each with its own skills accessing these different tools.
So like a digital version of those ant colonies?
Yeah.
They just figure it out. Blows my mind, honestly.
It's fascinating, right? And so they gave these AI agents tasks, and then they watched to see how they would collaborate using Agora to get it all done.
Did it work? Did they just descend into AI chaos?
Quite the opposite, actually.
Really?
Yeah. They found that the agents, through Agora, started forming their own protocols, their own workflows, organically developing their own ways to interact and get things done.
Okay.
The researchers called it self-organizing.
Wow.
They have a great example of this with food delivery.
Okay, well, I love a good food analogy, so tell me more about this AI food delivery revolution.
Okay, so imagine you have this AI assistant, and its job is to order lunch for a client. Using Agora, it sends a request to another AI agent. This one manages a local restaurant.
Okay, makes sense.
Successful,
right?
Yeah, I can see where this is going. AI placing a takeout order.
Exactly. But then the restaurant agent needs to make sure the food actually gets to the client.
Right. So it uses Agora to contact a delivery service agent.
Okay, still making sense. Passing the baton, so to speak.
Right. But here's where that emergent behavior really kicks in. The delivery agent, without being specifically programmed to do so, checks in with a traffic data agent.
Wait, hold on. It decided to check the traffic on its own. Why?
Because it realized, through Agora, that having real-time traffic information was essential to completing the task efficiently.
Wow.
So it incorporated that into its workflow. No human had to do it. No pre-programming, just AI figuring things out.
Okay. That is officially amazing. It's like they're developing their own intelligence as they go, finding better ways to work. That's a game changer for businesses.
Totally. And the applications, they go way beyond food delivery.
Right.
This experiment showed that with Agora, these AI agents can handle all sorts of complex tasks, forming these dynamic, self-organizing teams on the fly.
I bet. Imagine the possibilities. Customer service that adapts to each person, or data analysis that's uncovering these hidden opportunities, even project management that anticipates problems before they even happen. It's like having this team that's constantly learning and getting better without you having to manage every little detail.
Exactly. And Agora, it isn't just about, efficiency and cost savings.
Right.
It's about future-proofing your business.
Okay.
One of the things that the researchers highlight is that Agora allows for this seamless integration of new AI agents, even as their capabilities are changing.
Future-proofing, that's a term I like.
Yeah.
So as new AI tools come out, we can just plug them right into our existing setup.
That's the idea. It's like, adding a new app to your phone.
Right.
You don't have to rewire your whole house to get it to work. Agora provides that common language, that framework for AI agents to connect, collaborate, regardless of their strengths or weaknesses.
It's like you're building this dream team,
Yeah.
and you can add all these players with their own specialized skills whenever you need them. And the team figures it all out.
Right.
How to best utilize those skills. That's amazing.
Exactly. And it allows businesses to really adapt and evolve as all these new AI tools are coming out. It's a constantly changing landscape.
Totally. It feels like we're kind of on the verge of something really transformative here.
Yeah. And you know what? This isn't some far-off dream. The researchers behind Agora actually made their code open source.
Really?
Yeah, so that means anyone can start experimenting with it, building on it, creating real-world applications right now.
Wow. Okay, that's huge. So this isn't just some pie-in-the-sky research project.
Not at all. People are already using it, testing it out, finding new ways to kind of implement it. The potential it's enormous, and as more people get on board, who knows what we're going to see.
So with all this talk about AI agents and protocols, I kind of want to bring it back to our listener for a second,
Yep.
What does this all mean for someone who's maybe not a tech expert, but they're running a business or managing a team or even just navigating this increasingly complex world?
I think the takeaway here is that we're entering this like new era of AI,
Okay.
one where collaboration and self-organization, they take center stage. And Agora gives us this glimpse into a future where AI teams aren't just tools, they're partners.
Partners, that's interesting.
Yeah, they're constantly learning, they're adapting, they're finding these efficient solutions to even the most complicated problems, and they're working alongside us, not just for us.
Right. It's not about replacing humans. It's about augmenting what we can already do,
Exactly.
freeing us up to focus on strategy, creativity, the things that make us human.
Yeah,
AI can't quite do that yet,
exactly.
well, at least for now.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Right. So it's really about harnessing AI to help us achieve more
Oh.
than we ever could on our own. That's amazing. We've covered so much today, from like those initial challenges of AI communication to this mind-blowing concept of self-organizing AI teams. If you're anything like me, your head is probably buzzing with the possibility.
Oh, for sure. Mine too. And that's the best part about exploring this cutting edge technology. It just like opens up your mind to new possibilities.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought. What could your team achieve?
Yeah.
What problems could you solve? What goals could you reach if you had a self-organizing, constantly optimizing AI team by your side?
Now there's something to think about.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.